All right. So as I was saying before, if you take away the drama, you take away the oxygen from the fire. That fire of irrelevancy burns out because it's oxygen starved. It's drama starved. See, I'm a man, like I said, of peace and fairness. It's so quiet where I live at right now. I love it. Now, I never grew up, I never lived in the country, I never did nothing like that. But I enjoy being able to look out and see my car parked in the driveway. Seeing a concrete factory. They got this big old, I don't know what the hell that is, but it's almost like the size of one of the tallest buildings in the Albany area. But it's off in the distance. Blinking red lights on the building, I guess, so that planes don't fly into it. Sprinkled, street lights off into the distance. Peace and quiet. So quiet I can hear the cricket that got in our basement somehow, just making all that damn noise down there. It's annoying. That's why I'm not recording live from the basement. Why? Because I grew out of that drama. I grew out of that immaturity. I grew out of, I need that excitement of being surrounded by people who don't want to see me succeed, but they just want to see me struggle and fight and claw. That is what the majority of black people like to see in each other. They like to see each other struggle. It's like they wake up and they sit on their stoop just to see you struggle to go to work. And they see you struggle to come home and you're tired and exhausted. And they're still sitting there in that same spot. And then they park their car, which you don't know how they can afford it because they never go to work. But they park their car in your parking spot, making you have to park down the block. You have to walk home. They like to see shit like that. See, when I lived in my last place, I guess I could tell you where I lived because I don't live there no more. When I lived in Cohoes, I lived on a street where people would see me trying to walk my boys across the street. And they would gun their fucking cars right down the street. Like this was a drag strip or some shit. I'm there with 3 little boys, carrying one in a car seat. My middle boy, having him hold my hand, and then having him hold his oldest brother's hand. And I would have to guide them and try to judge if we had enough time to cross the damn street. Because motherfuckers didn't care. They didn't care that they put my children's life and my life in jeopardy while I'm trying to get them out the car, while I'm trying to get them across the street. So when my wife found this house, and we saw that it had a nice wide driveway, and then off to there's a driveway right in front of the house. It's pretty wide. And then off to the side, there's a longer part driveway that goes all the way to the back part where the kitchen is. So if you got groceries, you can back it up and back right up to the step and you can take it out to the car, boom, bring the groceries right into the kitchen. Me and my wife work hard. Me and my wife overcame odds. My wife had a reading disability. She has more degrees than I have. I'm not embarrassed by it. I'm not intimidated by it. I don't care that she has more degrees than me. I'm proud of her because where she started when we first started dating to where she was after we were married and had a couple children. I'm very proud of my wife. She got a master's degree. Very proud of her. But her parents properly planned for her to go to college. That was the difference. See, I turned 18. It was take out student loans. Her granddad, before he passed, long before, when she was born, he had CDs and stocks and bonds and all this other stuff that was accruing money over the time so that when she was getting ready to go to school, she could take them out, cash them, and use it towards her tuition. See, I didn't have no planning like that. It is what it is. Those are the cards I was dealt. But I overcame that and did the best that I could and got myself into a field where I make pretty decent money. Why? Because I wanted to evolve from the drama. I didn't want to live in the fucking hood. I had someone tell me, and I think I did a video about it. I don't remember, but Oh yeah, I think I did do a video. But someone got mad at me because I talked about moving out of the hood. And she made a comment on my post on Facebook talking about, why would you want to live around a bunch of basically white people who don't want to fuck with you? And I told her, I want to live around people who don't fuck with me. You feel me? I don't care that if... Now, my neighbors, they're nice. I couldn't ask for better neighbors. My neighbor over here, I don't know, she's a little weird. But she's nice too. She introduced herself to us and everything like that. So, hey, she don't mess with us, I don't mess with them. And that's what it should be. You should be able to live in peace wherever you at without having to worry about people fucking with you all the time. Or majority of the time. I'm going on this long rant because I've been holding a lot of shit in. Partially because I am a little hurt. I'm a little hurt that I put forth all this energy and effort thinking I was helping people because that's what they were telling me in the comment section. I was changing perspectives. I didn't think that I was. I just thought, people just want to watch this because it generates drama. And then when I started blocking the people causing the drama, all of a sudden, I get 20 views now. So what? Nobody wants to watch that life-changing, helpful thing, mentality-changing topics that I still talk about, but yet now no one wants to view it? Because why? There's no drama associated with it. You're not getting up, you're not waking up and seeing me upload a video about me pissed off about someone flagging my videos or someone talking shit about me in a video or a comment section in a video or something like that. It's all good though. I'm learning to get over this. And what do I mean by getting over this? I'm learning to get over the fact that nobody's going to support you like you. And if I would say anything to anyone, if you ignore everything else I said, one thing I realized, especially in 1994 when my grandmother died, I was 12 years old, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you the vividness that I have in my mind. Everyone remembers a game called NBA Jam. And I remember I was playing it with my cousin, my oldest cousin. We were playing it upstairs. And it was a bright, sunny day. Bright, just had the window open. It was a nice, cool breeze. We were playing NBA Jam, talking shit to one another, trying to dunk on each other. I was a 3-point shooter. Like in real life, when I would play basketball, I would shoot 3-pointers. So I'm trying to shoot 3-pointers and everything. I used to use the Magic, and I would use like Dennis Scott, It would be like Dennis, how he used like Dennis Scott and Shaq or something like that. And I remember I think he was using Charlotte Hornets or something because they had Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson at the time. And I remember I paused the game because he got called downstairs. And then probably like, I don't know, I mean, it seemed like it was forever. And all of a sudden they called me downstairs. And it began to tell me that my grandmother had passed. She died. And I just remember in my mind, I just thought she went on a trip because I remember she would go with her church members to Montreal. They went to Holyoke in Massachusetts too, but that was just like a day trip. But when they go to Montreal, they'd go for like the whole weekend. Or they would go Saturday and then come back Sunday. And I remember I would cry. So in my mind, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she'll be back. She's just going away. And I just kept telling myself that. I think one of the biggest regrets that I have, well, I think it would have been a regret, but I remember, I think it was like Mother's Day. I forget when my birthday fell, but I know it was like Mother's Day. And I was an altar boy or acolyte, whatever. And I had to acolyte that Sunday, and I remember we drove by, and I saw a bunch of kids playing, and I wanted to go play sandlot baseball. And my mom was like, no, she got real mad at me. Matter of fact, she even slapped the shit out of me. So, no, you're going to go see your grandmother. It's Mother's Day. And that was the last time I saw my grandmother. But I will say this. She didn't look like she was dying. She looked as youthful as I've ever seen her. She always used to, and that's what worries me because these black circles, that's what she had. That's what she had. So, I didn't see those. And I was like, and so in my mind, I'm seeing this and I'm like, she's getting better. Like, because at the time, what happened was she went in the hospital in 93, she went in the hospital over Thanksgiving. She came back home for a couple weeks, went back in the hospital again, and I remember I said to her, are you going to come back? This is back when I celebrated all those holidays and stuff. So I was like, are you going to be home for Christmas and New Year's? And she just, kind of pat me on the shoulder and said, I'm going to try. I remember she used to crochet. She made me this blanket. She would make me a blanket every year. Matter of fact, here's the blanket. This is the blanket. This is the blanket, my grandmother's last blanket. It's the last blanket she made me. Let me get to the fucking point. Once she died, I saw who really gave a fuck about me. It wasn't many. I had family members who rubbed it in because they knew me and my grandmother were like this. Who's going to protect you now? Who's going to stand up for you now? This is shit family said to me. Shit the motherfuckers that supposedly have the same blood running through their veins. So from age 13 to pretty much now, I established something called the lone soldier mentality. What is that? Rule number 1, trust nobody. Unless they're willing to die for you, don't trust them. The only family you got is someone who's willing to put their life on the line for you. If they ain't willing to do that, they ain't no family. Fuck what blood says. It's all about actions. Because I saw the cold-hearted actions of motherfuckers who were supposed to be my blood relatives rub shit in my motherfucking face. They love that struggle I went through. They love seeing me cry tears. They love seeing me struggle with never seeing someone I love so dearly ever again. So yeah, damn right I don't give a fuck about YouTube videos anymore. Because the actions say, fuck you, Q. That's what it says. And I made the same mistake on YouTube that I made in my real life. And that's what pisses me off the most. I thought if I did more, I would be appreciated more. And I was appreciated less. So, in closing, I don't care who wants to make fun of me, who wants to talk shit about, oh, he's fucking crying, he a bitch. It is what it is. And I'm comfortable in my manhood to stand before you even with tears in my eyes. Because I got heart. It's something I had to learn because I was a short dude, 5'7". When I used to compete on the basketball court, everybody was taller than me. The one thing that they couldn't outmatch me was my heart. They wasn't going up for that rebound like I was going up for it. They weren't. They didn't want it like I wanted it. And that's why I am telling this story. And that's why I'm breaking it into 2 parts. Because, understand this. Regardless of you have no respect for me after seeing me get emotional, I don't care. It is what it is. But understand this much. If you don't learn to love yourself and be confident in who God made you to be, then all you are is a troll in real life. A faceless, nameless, or alias nobody. And I'm out here living my life. I'm living a good life that I earned, that I worked for. No one gave me this fucking shit. No one gave my wife this shit. Nobody. The only thing motherfuckers ever gave me in my whole fucking life was a hard fucking time. That's it. Because motherfuckers want to see drama. They want to see you struggle. They want to see the stress and the strife. They want to see you in an early grave. Because they don't give a fuck about you. They just want to see you struggling like they are. They just want to see you down in the muck and the mire like they are. And if you dare happen to fucking rise above that shit, all of a sudden you're a fucking sellout. Or if it means I'll have peace in my life, fuck it. I'll be a sellout. But I ain't sell my soul for none of this. So be that as it may. I will continue to be who I am and represent the mind frame of being honest, truthful, and fair. Regardless of what people think of me, regardless of what people want to call me, fat, bitch, whatever. The one thing you can't call me though is a liar.